fitness is not something that happens overnight. You really have to work hard and commit.
With staying healthy, it's about forming a certain habit that works for you. It's about finding what you like doing and committing to it and making it a habit altogether.
For us Filipinos, holidays means indulging in festivities with our loved ones. Next thing you know, you've put on a few pounds. Sounds familiar? Well, more than just finding ways to quickly lose the holiday weight, the goal is to be healthy. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Join me as we learn ways to reduce and maintain one's ideal weight and even try something new into the regimen to make it more fun. Welcome to Med Talk Health Talk. Gaining weight, especially during the holiday season, is an inevitability for a lot of us. And what is most challenging is how to manage that after the holidays. Now, joining us today to give us some tips on the secrets behind maintaining some good weight is Billy Capistrano, who is a senior instructor here at Ride Revolution. Hello and welcome to Med Talk Health Talk, Billy.
Hi, Doc Freddy. Thank you so much for having me.
You know what, Billy? During the holiday season, losing weight or even maintaining the right weight for someone can be a challenge for a lot of people, especially during New Year's resolution time, where that's their resolution to be made. Why do you think is it so hard for a lot of people, a lot of Filipinos, to stick to that resolution of maintaining good weight?
I think coming from the holidays, syempre hindi maiiwasan. Ang daming parties, ang daming kainan, and that's why people have a hard time actually losing that weight come the new year and sticking to that resolution. But I think it's really all about commitment. People have to commit to what they want and really look inside and kind of dig deeper, diba? Kung ano ba talaga yung gusto nilang mangyari sa katawan nila and how they want to be healthier moving forward.
Now, commitment, that's a really big word for a lot of people. But when it comes to the age-old notion of diet versus exercise, ano bang mas important dito, Billy? Are they equally important or should one put more focus on one over the other?
You know, personally, I like to have a good balance. It's okay to indulge. It's okay to eat really, really good food na hindi masyadong healthy from time to time. But it's always nice also to balance it out with fitness, exercising, and more importantly, feeling good about yourself.
If ever someone gained excess weight during the holidays, why is it important to, go back to your normal healthy self, that ideal weight which everyone strives for? Why is it important to lose the excess weight during the holidays?
More than just losing the weight and the number on the scale, it really boils down to how you feel about yourself. Ako personally, after eating, a lot or maybe unhealthy food, after binging on fast food, really oily food, really fatty food, the next day I wake up and I feel sluggish. And I think that happens to a lot of Filipinos, a lot of people as well. That's why it's so important to have that time to enjoy but also bounce back kahit hindi kaagad. It can be gradually and it can be through things that you like to do, like indoor cycling or maybe just walking. It'll really help as well.
It's interesting that you mentioned that commitment is a very important thing. Nothing worth having in life should be easy. But another factor there also is motivation. Minsan mahirap to find that motivation, to really get up, go eat healthy or go be physically active. What are your tips of staying motivated?
Well, I think motivation should come from within. There are extrinsic factors like, let's say, I have a wedding in 3 months or I have a photo shoot in 2 weeks. I have to diet, I have to lose a little bit of weight. But then, let's say when that wedding happens or when the photo shoot happens, what's next? So it really, again, it boils down to what you want for yourself, maybe for your family. You want to be healthy for your family, you want to be healthy for you as well. So yeah, motivation varies from person to person. It can be extrinsic factors affecting it. It can be intrinsic factors affecting it as well. But it's really just trying to hold on again to that commitment. We keep talking about commitment because it's so important. You cannot start something and just lose that passion along the way because you're not going to see the results.
From what you're saying, which is very enlightening as well, that it should be sort of a lifestyle. So do you believe that, I'm going to be healthy for the summertime? Is this something healthy to do? But you know what? When summertime is over, I can go back to my normal things that I usually eat? Or is being healthy more of just like an everyday change of lifestyle pace?
You know what, Doc Freddy, when I was in high school, I was a little bit overweight. Entering my freshman year of college, I had that mindset that I can't be like this forever. I want to be healthy for myself, for my family, to enjoy, things in life and not have to be huffing and puffing all the time when I'm walking up and down the stairs. And I want to feel good about myself. So it was really a long journey, right? Fitness is not something that happens overnight. You really have to work hard and commit. Working hard doesn't mean spending 5 hours in the gym every single day. It's the little things, subtle lifestyle changes that you make. So yeah, I think it's a journey. It's not something that you kind of do 1 week and then expect to see results the next week and expect those results to stay in the long run.
It seems interesting what you said because there's that saying, diba? No pain, no gain.
Right.
It seems like in order to be healthy, to be fit, it has to be painful. It has to be parusa, kumbaga. But in your case, it seems like you're enjoying every step of the way.
Absolutely. I mean, fitness is for everybody. It's not for the super fit people already. You can always start somewhere. And the main thing is you enjoy what you do. So if you like lifting weights, go ahead and lift weights. If you like indoor cycling, like I do, I started my fitness journey with indoor cycling. I loved the community feel, the great music, even the lights, the choreography. It was something that really enticed me, and that's why I stuck with it.
Excellent. And speaking of something that's enjoyable to do, an option when it comes to physical activity, we'll be talking about specifically how indoor cycling really has that impact and nagiging uso ngayon here in the Philippines.
That's
so
right.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more on indoor cycling. One of the greatest things when you start off your fitness journey is trying something new. And one of the latest and hottest ways in which to be physically fit is indoor cycling. Now here to guide us what actually goes on in an indoor cycling class, we're joined by Ed Vicente, who's a indoor cycling coach. And we're also joined by Andrea Anastasio, who will demo for us what goes on. Now, Ed, for someone who's never tried indoor cycling before, what it looks like here is a bicycle. Is it supposed to simulate outdoor cycling?
Yes, it's a bike, but it's very different from outdoor cycling. The main difference is that we focus on the speed here. We do different tempos. We do slow resistance, we do quick resistance. In outdoor cycling, it's mainly just focused on a more steady pace, going uphill, downhill.
Okay, that's interesting, the tempos. And I think the best way to do that is let's show the viewers what goes on in an indoor cycling class.
Okay, sure. So Andrea's gonna do just a simple jog. Just to warm our bodies up, we start with something not too intimidating yet. It's just a jog, just to wake our bodies up, maybe, just get us in the zone.
So this music is an integral part of indoor cycling.
Yes, of course. We also rely heavily on the different BPMs. So for example, this jog, it's just enough to get your heart rate up. It's just enough to get your body started, to get it warm.
So it's like a warm-up preparation for things to come. What's the importance of warming up our body before any strenuous activity?
Of course, you want to loosen up your joints a bit, wake up your muscles, and it's also to avoid injuries.
So this, Andrea, as of now, is there any effort felt, or is this just like a walk in the park for you?
It's just a walk in the park.
Okay, so where do we go next, Ed?
After that, we do choreography. So maybe we can start right side, left side, focusing on your obliques, right? There you go.
Okay, so there is upper body movement as opposed to like normal bicycling. Now, I noticed here that the bicycle looks really high-tech. It has a lot of measurements, a lot of angles. What's the importance of this?
The bike, it can be customized according to your body. Of course, you want a bike that would help you execute the workout more.
So the height and everything is adjustable to minimize, again, pain in certain joints if the bike doesn't fit. So all of that is customizable. And of course, beginners will be guided during the first day in terms of bike fitness. Okay, so once Andrea here has her muscles well and loose as she started off that first journey, what are we trying to achieve in a typical class?
In an indoor cycling class, the numbers really just come second. We just focus on, having fun and having an experience that would make you want to come back over and over again. Because in here, we just really want to have fun. I think that's really the essence of an indoor cycling class. It's really for you to have a good experience and making workout seem like a party instead of thinking of it's just a workout.
And it seems like a party. There's some upbeat music here. Trying to, keep that fun factor in there. Where does the effort actually come in when it comes to indoor cycling?
So when you're starting to get warm, we can either, go fast or really start to turn up the resistance. So it kind of simulates climbing a hill. Like when you're doing outdoor biking, you go up hills, down hills. So we kind of also feel the same way when you're on an indoor cycling bike. So we have the resistance knob just to kind of adjust how heavy your bike is going to be. With a heavier resistance, we kind of go a little bit slower as well.
So just with the turn of a knob, all of a sudden, Andrea, you're feeling a little bit more weight in certain muscle groups, especially in your legs.
We're now focusing, again, the center of our body, and our quads are more engaged right now. As we go a little bit heavier, we listen to the music, we depend on the tempo, we ride to the beat of the music. And now you can see Andrea's going a little bit slower because we're just going a little bit heavier right now.
So it seems to me, like with Andrea's movements, that indoor cycling is a whole body workout. It's not just working on what people might think with cycling, it's just mostly the legs. It seems like a whole body workout.
It's a full body workout. We focus on our core, our legs, and also as we go along class, we give our legs a break and we just work on our upper bodies. We have weights in class as well, and we use maybe a few minutes just to focus on the arm.
Now, when it comes to strenuous exercises like this, what's a good preparation for this? Should people eat a certain type of food before they start the workout?
I think just any other workout, you have to be well hydrated. You can't be puyat. Also, you want to come in ready, mentally and physically.
So how long does a typical indoor cycling class last?
In Ride Revolution, our standard class lasts about 45 minutes. We also have classes that go about 60 minutes and 90 minutes.
45 minutes to someone who's never tried it before, that seems like a long time. Can 45 minutes be done by your average beginner?
Yeah, you know what? Trust me, like 45 minutes inside this room is going to be very, very quick. There's going to be loud music. The lights are going to go crazy. People's energy are just all over the room. It's just gonna be super quick. So for beginners, it's actually perfect.
Like what you showed here, the tension is adjusted by that person. So whatever feels comfortable for them is how it goes.
Yes, we're actually big on listening to our bodies. So every class, we always remind our riders like Andrea here to always listen to your body and always put your strength first.
Okay, now I see also you have some dumbbells, some weights over here. Weightlifting is integrated while you're doing the cycling?
Most of the time, we just sit down, just focus on our upper body, just to give our legs a little break as well. All right, so that's when we do maybe bicep curls up and down. There you go. Then when we do bicep curls, and maybe we can add a press, down, up, down, there you go. So we focus on upper body as well, just to balance off all the cardio with a little bit of toning as well.
There's definitely a lot going on. I don't think there's a boring moment in any indoor cycling class. So it feels like there's high energy, good music going along, and there's even weight resistance exercises as well. What are the benefits of indoor cycling, do you think, compared to other exercises that may be there?
Aside from the very good cardiovascular workout you're gonna get, I believe that it's really, really fun. It's something that you can do every single day if you want to, and it's very addicting.
Paano pag sawa na sila sa music, sa playlist na piniplay mo? Does it change? Is it like a different class every time?
It's a different class. We actually have a wide variety of instructors that have different personalities. So if you have a certain type of music, we definitely have an instructor for you.
So there's definitely something for everyone out there, especially when it comes to indoor cycling. How many calories do you think can someone burn in a typical 45-minute class?
It really depends on the person's exertion of effort. But you know what? Again, in a room like this, the numbers just come second. It's all about having fun.
The fun factor is always there. Thank you, Andrea, for showing us what indoor cycling is all about. And thank you also, Ed, for showing us the basics of indoor cycling. Later on in the show, we'll be talking about how all of this can come together and how that step into having a healthy lifestyle can be best for you. So stick with us here on Med Talk, Health Talk. It can be difficult trying to lose that weight after the holiday season, but we'd like to remind everyone that that fitness journey is not a one-time deal. So doing something with commitment, with motivation is what makes your journey the most effective for you. Now, joining us back here is Billy Capistrano and Ed Vicente. Both are cycling instructors here at Ride Revolution. Now, Billy, when it comes to exercise, is there one exercise that beats everything when it comes to weight loss?
You know what, Doc Freddy? Absolutely not, because it's not a one-size-fits-all. There are things that might work for you, might work for Ed, but not work for me, and that's totally okay.
The secret to that is maybe, try things out, especially, of course, being safe first, but see what fits you is the best thing that you could do in order to keep motivated, keep into that exercise routine. Now, I'd like to ask Ed, when it comes to certain diets, some people really want to lose that weight fast. So what they do sometimes is they erase food altogether. They go on a water diet or they go on a juice fast. Do you think this is healthy for someone in the long run?
Well, it might work for some, but for others, it can be not sustainable. So I think it's about finding what works for you and what you can sustain long term.
Especially just being on purely fluids for an activity like indoor cycling. Is that sort of a recipe for something that's not going to come out so well?
Well, if you're gonna be engaging in a high-intensity workout like this, it's advisable that you fuel your body with food, because fluids might not be enough to sustain your body in a 45-minute high-intensity class.
Okay, very good advice there. Now, Billy, one of the most difficult things when it comes to managing weight, coming to that strict diet of healthy food, especially for those first-timers, are the cravings. What's your advice for someone who's been healthy? Or your story earlier, you said that you were not in the healthiest of shapes early on. What can people do about those cravings that they have?
The thing that I learned over the years is it's okay to crave certain food. It's okay to give into these cravings, because when you restrain yourself, that's when you binge. So always in moderation. There's always going to be that right balance with, eating the healthy food that will nourish you, and maybe the not so healthy food, the unhealthy food that will make you happy.
Now, when it comes to meals, a lot of people skip a certain meal. They don't eat 3 meals a day. They probably skip breakfast or dinner. Is this good? This sort of delves into a certain diet called intermittent fasting. Do you advise this for most people? Is this the diet to go to?
Well, I personally don't eat breakfast. It works for me. I think, again, it's about finding what works for you. It might work for others. You know what? If you're engaging again, like what I said earlier, in a high-intensity workout, it's always good maybe to have a little snack just before coming into a class.
Yeah, and it's also good, like what you said, it works for you and it works wonders for you. You're an instructor in a high-intensity activity, but it's always safe to consult with a doctor first to make sure they don't have any metabolic problems, cardiovascular problems whenever trying certain diets. So definitely we learned a lot. We got to know how enjoyable, how intense, and one of the latest things available here in Metro Manila. And before we go, Ed, do you have any advice or tips for the viewers out there?
I think, with staying healthy, it's about forming a certain habit that works for you. It's about finding what you like doing. It's about finding what works for you and committing to it and making it a habit altogether.
Okay, very nice. And Billy, do you have any tips? Any advice for the viewers out there?
I think my one main tip is just to try something new. So I want to see a lot of first-timers come the new year so we can crush our New Year goals together.
That's definitely a good entry point for a lot of people to try something new. They shouldn't be afraid to try something new, especially when it comes to being a healthier person after that. So thank you once again. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Ed, here at Ride Revolution, and sharing with us your knowledge and your tips, and especially the experience of indoor cycling. Ultimately, we want to remind you to be realistic in setting your goals. And as with most things in life, everything should be in moderation. I'm Dr. Freddy Gomez. Thank you for joining us here on Med Talk Health Talk.